Streaming 24/7.
24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana.
You are listening to Bold Moves Radio. The show is Prudent Woman with myself. I am RHULANI BALOYI. Thank you for joining us. We are with you once more again. We come to you every Sunday, 4 o'clock up until 5 o'clock. As Prudent Woman, we are excited to have you this afternoon because this afternoon we are talking on a topic which is very dear to a lot of women and girls. We are talking on a topic of body positivity, to say, you know, we need to look at who we are, accept who we are, and be able to love ourselves before we expect love to come from the other person. I have with me this afternoon our lovely sister, Kamogelo. She is here with us to talk to us. She's a body positivity activist. Thank you for all of you who have joined us. You are going to have a wonderful time. When I met this beautiful woman, I was touched, you know. I was touched with the story, with her life story, and with how she views herself and how she carries herself. Thanks to everyone who is here. If you are joining us on Bold Moves Radio streaming, yes, you can be part of this conversation by joining us by sending your WhatsApp on 081 358 8745. That is 081 358 8745. If you are watching us on Bold Moves Radio Facebook page and the YouTube page, you are welcome to be part of this conversation. Drop down your comments, your questions on the comment section. Thank you for joining us. Sesikamu, thank you for being with us this afternoon. We are excited to have someone like you, even as we commemorate Mental Health Day that was on the 10th of October, because we understand how positivity impacts mental health. We understand how your body shape will impact your mental health, more especially when you do not understand that you did not create yourself, that there is no shape which is greater than the other, but we are all created in the image of God. So this afternoon we have our wonderful sister Kamogelo Maake. She's going to be talking to us about body positivity. Says Kamu, you know, this is a woman who is a plus 44, a size 44 plus model. She's a body positivity activist. She's a GBVF activist. You know, this is a woman who knows who she is, a woman who cares for other people, because for one to be an activist, of course, primarily it is to help yourself, but beyond that is to help those who are around you. And we respect women and people who stand up and say, I want to be an activist. I want to advocate for this because I've seen how it can affect my sisters. I've seen how it can affect society. These are active citizens of our country. So, Seskamu, we thank you so much for having taken that stand and say, I want to be a body positivist. I know, just like myself, before I met you, I did not know what you do when they say a body positivity activist does. But this afternoon, I'm excited because I'm going to be learning a lot, and I know it's going to change someone's life. As you greet the audiences, please go ahead and tell us who you are and what is it that you basically do.
Hi, thank you so much, RHULANI. My name is Kamogelo, and I'm 31 years old. I'm a mother. Most of all, I'm an activist. I'm a queen. I'm a model. With me, I don't want to say much about myself because there's so much things that I do, but simply, I stand for people who cannot speak for themselves. I advocate love. I advocate peace. I advocate, confidence and all to all those people who cannot speak for themselves. Hi, man, there's so much things that I do. I don't even know what to say about myself because
you are also. I learned last weekend that you are also a politician.
Yes, I am. Yes, I
And
am.
it's wonderful to, you know, to hear that we've got women, and young as you are, who
Mhm.
take a society that's serious and wanting to impact. You know, it's not everyone who lays down their lives and say, I want to be an activist, I want to be a politician. I learned that
Mhm.
last, and I could see your commitment. When we spoke on the phone, I could hear the zeal. You know, you were like, no, I can't just be in a meeting and not be there. And once a person, I respect those people who are going for a meeting and you say to them, no, it will just take 30 minutes, but they say, I cannot be in a meeting but not be there, which means these
Yeah.
people are very serious. They want to impact the space which they occupy. And that earned you a lot of respect from my side, you know, to say, this is a woman, there's future, there's future.
You know, I was Rolani.
Mm,
Um, the love I have for my society or for South Africa or for my community, it's big.
mm,
It's bigger than I am. I feel like I was, God brought me to this corner to help other people. And the only thing that I feel I can do better is speaking.
mm,
I feel like me talking and me being out there and talking to other people, socializing. I feel like there's
mm,
so much that I do. There's differences in each and every single day. I learn from them, they learn from me. I
mm.
feel, I cannot sit at home regardless of
Yes.
me being a body positivity activist, being out there as a politician. I feel whatever thing that I'm going to say for the day, it closes the
Mm,
gap that I was
yes.
supposed to, keep going and not say. It makes a lot of difference just for
Mm,
my presence and just that one word in Elani. It says so
mm,
much.
mm,
Mhm.
mm. And that's very true. You know, we tend to want to blame people around us and
Mhm.
people, especially in positions of authority, and forget that what happens in society, we've got more impact as
Mhm.
society in general. And when we talk about society, we're talking about each one of us. So together, collectively, we make society and we impact and the space in which we are living. Says, come, you know, as we get
Yes.
into the topic, body positivity,
Mhm.
someone like me before I met you, what will you say is body positivity activist? What is it that you do?
Um, I advocate love. I advocate self-confidence. I want to make sure that people get to understand who they really are, accepting
Mm,
themselves, loving themselves. It starts with you. Before you get to
mm,
show other people who you are, it starts with loving yourself, each and everything that you have, each and every, regardless of the body shape or the body size, whatever thing that you have. You might be slender, you might be big as I am. However you look, you just have to love
mm,
yourself. You just have to embrace what you have,
mm.
without having to seek people
Approval.
or affirmations and what other people think of you. Just to love yourself and acknowledge, oh, this is me. Okay, I'm not gonna change. This is me. I'm not changing. I can never be a size 40 if I'm slender, or I can never be a size 32. Regardless of who you are, just to love yourself and spreading the love, money.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mhm.
You know, I love it because, you know, it's unfortunate to our viewers and our listeners who are here. I know you may not have an opportunity to see Kamu in action. You know, this woman loves herself. When she takes up the stage, in one event where I was, she carries herself with that pride, understanding who she is, you know,
The word, my
understanding
sister.
that she has been created in God's image. But, you know,
Yeah.
Kamu, I'm asking myself, and I think others are asking themselves, you know, to say, you don't wake up and become an activist.
Yeah.
And most times there is a reason. What will be have been your reason for you to say, I want to be a body positivity activist?
Yo, I was Rolani.
Mm,
My childhood was not, it wasn't easy. I was
mm,
robbed my childhood somehow. I didn't want to get to it, but then I feel I should share it later too, because they deserve to know who I am and where I come
mm,
from. I was sexually assaulted from a very young age. And that somehow it lowered my confidence. I did not love myself anymore. I started hating my body. I started blaming my body that, you know what, maybe I got raped because of the way I looked, or because I am big. Maybe the very same man that raped me because he saw a much bigger woman than I was because I was a child. He saw someone his age. I started hating myself. I started, you know, I also became a bully to other kids because I wanted to fit in. I know when I'm alone, I would feel sad and everything, but when I go to people, I would want them to feel my presence, because he took away my happiness. He took away my confidence. Now, when I get to people, I want them to feel that I am there. And the only thing, or what I did at that moment, was for me to bully them, for them to be afraid of me, for me to feel I'm in control. And that somehow it changed everything. It took away everything. It took away my love, the love that I had for myself. And I had to sit down with myself somehow to say, Kamo, this is not the kind of person that you want to be. You cannot live like this. You cannot continue like this, because you're not doing yourself any good, or other people, or seeing the relationships that you're having with other people, the friendships, because they are scared of you. They are not scared of you because you're doing something right, maybe ba feel less of themselves, but when nobody to feel less of themselves because when you're not confident. Then I was somehow in that position where I should start by accepting what I'm doing is wrong, because for you to change, you must first, you know, acknowledge I have something wrong in me that I am doing. There's something that I need to do for me to change and be a better person. So I joined a group of ladies where like some sort of a support group, a modeling agency with bigger people. They were much bigger than me, with different shapes and sizes. And those people made me see that, you know, there's so much to life than having to see Meluahao in a negative way. Whatever that you have, regardless of your body size, you might be a slender, you might be big as I am, you are you, and you are beautiful. And that made me a model. At first, I became a model because, you know, with the teachings that I found from those ladies and the group of women that I found in that support group, Yandira, to love myself even further. I wanted to show other people that, you know what, there is no me without having to love me. You know, everything started with me. I had so much love for myself. I remember getting home on the second session of the photo shoot after I joined the agency. I was sitting there and I just went to the mirror and go like, yo, baby, you're beautiful. I started saying all those positive things to myself. I started, you know, loving the person that I am. And then I was like, but I don't want to keep this thing to myself. I'm not going to do this loving myself thing alone. But why am I not doing this for other women? The very same people, they are going through the same thing that I went through. Or baba bulishi were out there just to say, you are skinny, hey, you are not beautiful. You know, they would say negative things about you, people, regardless of what the society in you know, that the perfect body looks like. Someone else would always have something to say about the person that you are. I felt like, you know what, I need to be out there and spreading, you know, love and you know, having to support each other, being there, sisterhood, you know, the love amongst us in the community to say, but then we need to support each other. We need to accept each other the way we are. If I accept my neighbor somehow, kimulidala to depression, or I become a bully like I was, you know, I wanted to better the society for everybody. I wanted to build a society where I would wake up in the morning and go outside without having to look at myself in the mirror and judge myself. I wanted to go out there and just be me without having to be told, okay, this is not good, this is not, you know, that is just me. That's all I wanted.
You know, I love your story because although it did not start well, not a good thing to you, but I love the fact that you were positive. I loved the fact that you did not say, I do not care what happens to the next person, but you wanted to make a change. You said,
can I tell you something about that?
Yes.
With me, I always tell people that I feel God put me to that corner. I feel like that was meant to happen. You know why?
Yes.
And I always say that I am happy and grateful for that thing in the region. To me, it was an opportunity. An opportunity, you know why I'm saying it's an opportunity? Ke kgona go thusa batho ba bang through what I went through. If someone else not made it through the very same thing that I went through, as strong as I am, with the suicidal thoughts that I have been through, somebody else because there came a point where I hated me. I wanted to just finish this life. I wanted to just cut my life short. I hated myself. I cutted myself. I just wanted to hurt myself. Maybe when I'm cutting my hands, the pain is going to go away. You get that? That's one of the reasons why I'm saying I feel lucky for Mudimu Okhetile not to go through that journey. Even though that I've managed to pull through. I have managed to come back and say, you know what, I am stronger. I have managed to go back to other ladies and say to them, girls, regardless of what happened, you can still be you. Choose to be a survivor than being a victim. If you sit there and sit and become a victim, it means ofamatla to the very same person that did that to you. So you should never allow that person to win over Bophelo ba gago. So I felt that made me to be in control of my own life, not only my own life, but also to be in control of other ladies' life, because now I'm able to guide others to say, Bona, you don't walk this way, you do this way.
You do this, yes.
So I feel but I love it.
This one is an activist. And I see my technician saying it's time to go on an ad break. We'll be right back with you. Continue with the story and how Sesikamu became a body positivity activist. But again, just to help someone, I know this is a topic that is very dear to most of us. And it doesn't matter whether you are big or small. And we tend to have this myth of thinking those who do not love their body, it's those who are big. But I've seen people who are thin and they do not love themselves because, somehow, without you being aware, you tend not to love what you have. It's only when you find yourself that you understand that you are created in the image of the Lord, and no one should give a definition of who you are. Let us go on an ad break. We'll be right back with you. You are listening to Bold Moves Radio. The show is Prudent Woman with myself. I am RHULANI BALOYI. I am your host. Today we talk to our wonderful Kamu. Maake. She is talking to us on how to be positive, body positivity. She's a body positivity activist, even as we commemorate Mental Health Day that was held on the 10th of October. As we understand that how you view yourself got a lot to do with how healthy your mental state will be. And Kamu, it's a body positivity activist. Before we went on an break, says Kamu, you spoke to us on how you became a body positivity activist. And we understand that you have been a victim, and not only for yourself, but even for other women. Today we're sitting with you. You have addressed a number of conferences, a number of women, and you continue to do a lot of work to encourage those who have gone through your same experience, but again, those who do not love themselves because of how they see themselves or how the society that lives within, which they live within, views a beautiful woman. You know, women were sophisticated, you know, for some reason. We seem like God sat with us and gave us a model of who a beautiful person should be. And that is so unfortunate. Says Kamu, and you also stated that you are a model. I just want to check on something, because people your size, we tend to shy away. You are told you can't even wear that, you know. Wes, you can't even go on stage and model and show forth who you are. How did you overcome such voices yourself to be able to stand up and be a model?
RHULANI, sometimes what Batu doesn't really help. I had to find myself at first. I had to find myself. I had to find what I feel comfortable in. And to me, I always tell myself that they wouldn't do something kamoshopong if it's my size and it fits me and I look good in it and still doubt myself. You do not do it for other people. You must always remember what you feel comfortable in. Find your own, you know, your own style. It's about you. Find yourself, find your own style, find what you feel comfortable in. It doesn't really matter what about, because if you listen to them, I want to and then you ever feel beautiful, because they would always have something to say. For me, you know, I'll tell you that I even do lingerie shoots. I do so many things. I do a lot of shoots where people don't even think I'll do it with my body size, because I said to myself, I am beautiful. I am loved by God. I am created by His image. This is me. Reflection. You get me. If you see me, this is how God looks like. If you see yourself, that's how God looks like. Because I don't think there's one person, but God is an us. And one thing that we must remember is it's not only about having to listen to other people and having to check your clothing and what other people say. Sometimes it's about the love that you're having within you. If you have so much love for yourself, regardless but negative, your love it cover up all those things, it cover up all those negative things, and everything else everything else about just so bright. You live in your own world, man. You create your own world, you create your own safe space, you create your own beautiful space, your own brighter space. It's never about people. I can it's just that I can't say I can walk naked, but I do take also nude shoots. I know nude shoots, people don't even understand what nude shoot is. Most of the models by each other. In nude shoots is whereby I get naked and take pictures, but behind all those spots whereby you guys don't have to see. But I'm sitting there, you can see my calves, yeah, but then you cannot see the part or whatever, it's inappropriate. But that you cannot do if you don't have confidence.
Yeah.
That's why it revolves around you. It starts with you. It's never about other people. How can we ever to pay? You're not going anywhere.
You can't. And you know, I would like to say this afternoon, we appreciate people like yourself, because you know, I can just imagine if everyone shied away and thought to be a model you must be thin and all that, as you rightfully put it, to say there are clothes your size in the shop. And even bigger people need someone your size to be able to the clothes look how they look like. Because imagine if only we had models, those thin ones only, then it means us bigger people will not have the marketers marketing to ourselves. So we appreciate people like yourself who are bold enough to stand up and say, I can do this, because you represent us. You represent those who are big. But you know, I when we talk body positivity, I wish for you to clarify, because I think we have a myth which is not backed by any science that says it's only those who are big who struggles with accepting who they are because of their body structure. But when you go through research, you realize that it's not only those who are big who struggle with accepting their body shape, but even the thin ones. What will you like to say around such a myth? And what can you say to that one who is not big? Because as a body positivity activist, I would like to believe you don't only represent the big, the size plus,
Yeah.
but also represent the other one. Yes.
You know what I would say? Love yourself, accept yourself. Do not change yourself because Ochaya Rofita in. I might be big and still be healthy. You might be slender or skinny and still be healthy. It doesn't really matter what size you are. You must love yourself, accept the way uningawana and how you look, because body positivity mainly means accepting yourself without having to hear what the society says or barring they are a perfect person should look like. When as long as you don't have a problem with your health, do not change yourself. If you are skinny, do not want to be me. Do not want to be Kamo, because you are not doing it for yourself, you're doing it to be Kamo. If you are Kamo again, do not do it to be Maria, because Maria was size 32 and I want to be a size 32. Because, you know, sometimes as big women as well, you end up having, just a few days ago, someone was laughing when I said, I have a friend that is suffering from eating disorder and she's big. And someone was like, Mara, how is that even possible? Because it doesn't really mean when I'm big, I eat a lot. Because that thing the society says to say, if a person is big, this person eats a lot. And that person cannot eat, not because she doesn't want to eat, but she just doesn't have appetite. She's not an eater. And there's also another person as well who's skinny. And the very same person, Lena, who struggles with the same disease that she's struggling with, which is eating disorder. Now, eating disorder at some point, you feel like having to listen to what other people think of you, because you want to change. Now, when you want to change, you change the routine in which your body right? And you also gonna suffer mentally, because now you try to fit in. You're struggling mentally. You're losing yourself in everything that you do because you want to fit in. You are losing yourself. That's going to lead you to depression, anxiety. There's so much things that you can go through because try to change how you are. I would never in my life advise someone who's big to say go lose weight, or I would never advise someone who's skinny to say go gain weight. Love yourself, accept yourself. I can only advise you, or maybe not only advise you, I can only be there for you and support you only if you're doing it because of your health, not because you want to fit in, not because you're doing it for other people. Because I also feel sometimes the same people who are bullying us out there, or the same people in the society, all those negative things, is because you feel intimidated by you. You feel less because you are there, and you try to feel lesser. Like you must always be beneath that person, because you try to build his or her own confidence by letting you down, by letting you feel you are ugly, or by letting you feel like you're not sexy. Hey, now who told you that being skinny is sexy, or being big is sexy? Each and every person, I believe, or the sexiness, it comes within regardless of how you are or the body size. Me being sexy, sometimes people like says it all.
Yes.
Having to have, respect and love and care for other people, for me, it's been sexy. For me, it's been beautiful. You do not have to, man, your outer look says nothing about the person that you are. The reason why I have so much confidence in me is because I believe that I have that respect for other people. I have that love for other people. I have that support to give other people. To build that open space and safe space for other people. And that makes me beautiful. That makes me love myself. That's why I always say when I walk into the room, I want my confidence to fill up the room. I get into an event myself, I don't believe there's any other person that is beautiful than I am, because it starts with me. Yes, I'm going to support you, but for me to be telling you how you should look or what to be rectifying, it doesn't change because you're still going to think, okay, maybe there was something wrong that I did. It would drop right? So I feel it starts with you must just always love yourself. Be yourself, be beautiful, have a beautiful heart. Be open, man. If you don't like something, if people baba negative to you, sometimes now what I do, I take your negative comments and use them positively. If you say I'm fat, that's why I always write on my Facebook page that fat girl work as show was. You know why? Because I am fat and I cannot change, and I'm not going to change because of you. I am fat, so what? You do
That's
that.
me. Yeah.
Yes, I write that. I write that and I'll be like, you know what? I'm fat. That fat girl show what? Or maybe I'll go to an event and be like looking at other people in their heels and everything. I cannot go say, if I'm wearing sneakers, I'm going to rock my sneakers. If I'm wearing my dress, I am going to own that dress. It doesn't matter. If you're skinny and you feel you're getting to a place where there are big women and you feel maybe you must gain weight because you want to be like, no, man. Make those people feel you, man. Let them feel the person that you are. Let them feel that you're really beautiful. Because how you see yourself is how people are going to see yourself. They accept you just the way when you create yourself. If I feel I am beautiful, you are also going to say, "Come, you're beautiful." But if I'm saying to myself, I don't feel like it nice and start bottling up things and stuff, you're also going to see me the very same way that I see myself. So yeah, be human.
So it's all about accepting yourself. It doesn't matter, even if you are thin. If you don't accept yourself, someone will come and say you are thin and make you feel like enough. If you are big, someone will come and say you are fat. But once you accept it, my understanding is that we are unique, and I must be able to show my uniqueness. And if I withdraw myself from society, it means I'm missing something, because I'm going to be missing in society. God created at this time to fill up a certain space, so I need to occupy that space in my own way. God has created me, and accept who I am. Let us go on an ad break, and when we come back, Sis Kamu will now be talking to us, more especially with her work, what she does as a body activist and what she encounters as she go through with her work that she has committed to doing. Let us go on an ad break.
Are you ready for the ultimate dietary powerhouse? Look no further than Masana Dietitian's Nutro Boost. Our scientifically formulated low GI food is designed to give you the boost you need to fuel your body and reach your health goals. With Nutro Boost, you have the flexibility to enjoy it as a high fiber cereal or a satisfying shake. Simply mix it with water and indulge in the mouth-watering flavors that we have to offer. But that's not all. NutriBoost is packed with essential nutrients that are beneficial for your overall well-being. Enriched with 20 immune-boosting vitamins and minerals, it's a convenient and effective way to support your immune system. And here's the best part. NutriBoost is gluten-free, egg-free, and high in omega-3, making it suitable for those with dietary restrictions or allergies. Need an energy boost? NutriBoost has you covered. It's high in energy and protein, providing you with the fuel you need to power through your day. Whether it's a busy morning or an intense workout session, say goodbye to midday slumps and hello to sustained energy with NutriBoost. Try it today and experience the difference. For orders or to become a distributor, contact us on the following details.
You are listening to Bold Moves Radio. The show is Prudent Woman with myself. I am RHULANI BALOYI. This is Prudent Woman. We come to you every Sunday from 4 o'clock up until 5 o'clock. Today we are talking to Sis Kamu Maake. We are talking on a subject that is very, very us women and girls. We are talking on body positivity. Most of us as women and girls, whether you have accepted it or you're still in denial, somehow we tend to look at ourselves, and depending on where you are, like Sis Kamu has been talking to us, at times it can impact on our mental health. So we felt there's a need for us to talk about this very important topic, something that we tend to want to shy away from, because once a person have got that feeling. You want to hide away, either you keep quiet, as Eskamo was saying, you know, when you enter spaces, you don't want to be noticed, you want to just hide at the back and all that. But we are grateful to have people like yourself, Seskam, who take it upon themselves to say, I want to be an activist. I want to bring in awareness in this area, to say, as society, you need to be careful. And what I love to say, Seskamo, on this topic is not that we have someone doing it to us. It is us women. And you may be a perpetrator without yourself being aware by making comments which you do not think through, you know, by talking on issues that you know nothing about. As she said during the first half of the show, she said, you know, we tend to think when someone is big, it means they eat a lot. When someone is thin, they eat less. And it tends to be the opposite. Doctors and researchers, scientists will tell you it's about the metabolism, the type of metabolism that the person has. For someone to be big does not mean they are eating a lot. And it's got a lot to do with genes. But says, Kam, I would like to believe as you continue to do your work as an activist in this area, you tend to meet a lot of children, because this happens a lot in children. In our opening, you shared with us how you became a body positivity activist. And that's an area we tend to ignore, more especially as parents. We are not paying attention to it. To say, when you have a child, you know, you do get those girls, they tell you the girl is 8. And when you look at the girl, you're like, I thought the girl is 15 already because of the body size. And you should understand, at 8 years, they are not yet matured. They don't know a whole lot of things. It's a child.
They do not understand,
child. But what is it that you do as a parent to try to make sure that this child, because of their body size, they may be exposed to certain things, because someone may approach them thinking they're at this age, but they are not yet there. So it's upon you as a parent to find a way of protecting them. And it tends to end up in bullying. But I want to ask you, as an activist, what is it that you advise society to do, more especially us as mothers, to try and help our children who may be faced with such an issue where their growth is way above their age in terms of years?
I would say, you know, as parents, we must teach our kids the body love, you know, having to love your body the way it looks, and self-acceptance, having to accept yourself the way you are. You know, as a child, I feel until your parents says about you, it stays and sticks more than I feel like our children baba bully because but what they do not teach them, or they do not open that space to say you need to love yourself. All these things of loving yourself, accepting the way you are, being beautiful the way you look, being different, you know, all those things. We do not have such conversations with our parents, which I feel somehow lead to having a low self-esteem. When you get out there, you feel like, okay, when people are saying you are ugly, you are still going to know that you are ugly. You take it to heart because you were never being told that you are beautiful. I feel like as parents, we need to teach our children to say, baby girl or baby boy, you are beautiful. This is you. You are not going to change. You are not going to be somebody else. Don't try to look like the next person. And also to teach our children to love others out there as well. To say, if they are at a daycare center, all those children who are there, it doesn't really have to be DNA for you to love them. We must open a space where children are able to love themselves, compliment others in a good way. Because I feel this whole thing, I feel it also leads us to gender-based violence. You know why? If we do not teach our children now to love themselves and to love others as well, we tell boys to say, okay, you're stronger than the other girl, or you're handsome in like the other person, but feel like they're in control of other people's lives. But and that will also you grow with it until we with lack of loving yourself, or not seeing the good that you have as Kamu. You get that? And then you find you growing up in a society where, because they taught you to say, you are ugly, you are big, it means ujakudu, and all those things. When you are this big, because when you are big, you're saying that to a child. You get that? That thing. And then when she grows up still, need a validation and confirmation from men out there. Can tell our one now end up she cannot be herself. She cannot be independent, because now opela anida something that a man is going to tell her. I don't know if you understand that. Other people to tell you how you're beautiful, and then that person ownership of your own life. Will create a space to say, you are nothing without me. You are not beautiful. You get that? There's no any other man who's going to see you as beautiful as me, or there's no any other woman who accept the way he's doing a favor or she's doing you a favor. You get that? And somehow that it's a gender-based violence, because the person who saying, remember, gender-based violence doesn't really mean a person or a person must rape you for you to go through that. Also, the emotional things that we go through can also lead you to that. You get the psychological things that people put us through, or mentally in our minds and thoughts, lead them to gender-based violence. So I would say, as women or as parents, let's start by teaching our kids to say they are different. They can never be someone else. You can only be yourself by loving yourself. Everything else revolves around you. It starts with you. And if we grow, or if they grow with that mentality, trust me, I want to break that person's confidence. Because when I go out there, my mother would tell me that I'm beautiful. I'm going to walk with that beauty. If she says to me, go out there, walk here with that confidence, regardless of how skinny people would think you are or what they say about you, Oslenda Saka, you are my child. You are beautiful. You get me? How Lord, what other people are going to say out there? It's just going to be your own world, your own beauty land. That's what I would say. Let's start by teaching our children to love themselves, to also accept other people.
What a wonderful advice you're giving this is that's back at home. Sometimes they say we are responsible for the adult that our children become. You may think, it's not fair, but it's very fair, because it's how you made them to be. You say some things, you say it's not about telling your child that you are beautiful than that one. They are beautiful in right, because even that one is beautiful. So it starts there, by making your child to respect other people even as they love themselves. Because loving yourself does not, you must look down upon other people. No.
True.
You must love yourself and care about the next person. Let us go on an ad break, and when we come back, we'll be finishing up on our conversation. But we'd like to say thank you, Kamu. What you are saying, it's building someone. I know someone is being touched them. I see Mako Mama Kupa saying it's a very inspirational story. Let us go on an ad break. which was a Mental Health Day. So we have with us Maake. She is a body positivity activist. She has been talking to us on how to be positive about who you are, and also how to look out for other people and how to receive the next person, because individually, so we are beautiful in our own right. And the fact that you are beautiful doesn't mean the next person is ugly. I see here and saying this conversation may seem very obvious, but it is so important because we perpetuate stereotypes and body shaming as a regular part of society. It is time we change the way we speak to others and perceive ourselves. So how you perceive yourself should not be how the next person looks like. You must perceive yourself, know that you are your own self and in your own space, and the next person is beautiful in their own right. So Skamo, as we draw close to our conclusion, someone may be listening and asking themselves, yes, I don't feel good about how I look. I don't take pride. How can I start to build my body image?
I would say start telling yourself that you're beautiful. What I used to do, or what I do actually in the morning, I used to do it regularly, but it wasn't as I do it now. Now I do it every morning. I wake up in the morning and I go to the mirror. Speak positive, speak positive, I go to the mirror in the morning. You start by greeting yourself. It's like having a conversation with yourself. You greet yourself like you're talking to someone else. Hi, Kamo, like I normally do. This is a beautiful day. It's a new day. Remember, you are beautiful. You are gifted. You are yourself. When you are talented, and you are gorgeous. You must remember that you have been created by the image of God, and that makes you the reflection ya Modimo. There is no any other person out there who looks better than you do. You are not bullying anybody. You are talking to yourself. That will give you a way to say, when I go out there, I don't care what other people think of me. It's like whatever that you're going to say, but because I told myself, because I spoke positive or about my body, out there doesn't really matter the society. So tell yourself, speak positive, or have that, body love and self-love. And you cannot do that in one day. It's gonna take a while, because sometimes you'd start talking to yourself, and then somehow but I have sports, and that will drop. But Poto, regardless of what the second voice is gonna say to yourself, what you say, because the Bible says there's power in the tongue. Whatever that you speak with your mouth, whatever that you're going to speak, trust me, I want to there's so much power with what you say, and you are going to have that confidence.
So it's important to look at the mirror. And sometimes you are so much in a hurry and you forget even to make a turn in the mirror. So Skamo says to us, the mirror is a very important space for a woman, for you to
go and the day.
Yeah, it's the best time for the day, You must go take a turn there. And now I understand that why women, we need to carry mirrors wherever we are, we going. True. Because it helps you to affirm yourself that everything is still in place, I thought things have changed, but everything is still in place. And in that way, you build confidence, because it is only through the words that you speak to yourself that will be able to affirm you. So, Skamo,
yes, ma'am.
What will you like to say to a full-bodied woman?
Bona, be yourself. You are beautiful with all the curves that you have, with all the flabby arms that you have, with your stretch marks. All those extras that you have makes you to be you. All the extras, love them, cherish them. Hi man, you were blessed somehow. Modimo has already extras for no reason. God has given you extras for you to look beautiful. Own those things, because I want more than yourself. So be yourself. Do not try to change yourself. Your extras are yourself. Your extras are yours. And those are a gift. So be you.
And then to a thin woman.
Bona mthaka, this is how it is. Iba wena. Do not try go edda another way because we edda in a wrong way. We've been created differently. We have different sizes. Love yourself the way we want. Accept yourself. Find the apparel that will be suitable for your size, and that will make you look beautiful. Because I know it starts with you. And the minute that you are beautiful, others are going to see how beautiful you look. So own your size. Own the clothes that you have. Find something that you feel comfortable in. And be yourself, okay, right? And we are going to love you.
Thank you so much, Seskamo. You know, you've spoken to both. I know the two extremes.
Yeah.
I know, and I've experienced it. Bullying, when it comes to body shape, normally happens amongst us as women. And most of the time, you hear the thin ones bullying the bigger ones bullying the thinner ones. But today you taught us that it's about accepting who you are. It's about seeing yourself beautiful, but above that, it's about loving the next person because you're able to appreciate who they are. What will you advise a person who wants to be an activist like yourself, to be a body positivity activist? Because you said to us, once you were able to be aware of all that was happening in your life, those are the things that led you to be an activist. And being an activist helped you to overcome the issues that were there in your life. So I'm thinking someone may be listening to us and saying, I have the same issue that she had at that time, but I want to overcome. How can I become an activist?
You must be ready to spread the love, the body love, and self-acceptance. And you must also be ready to face the world out there because they are going to be negative. There's so much things that they are going to say. You feel less of yourself. Be strong. Yeah, out there, you are beautiful. That's one thing that you carry your beauty throughout, and that you're going to be stronger. That the comments negative, they are not going to change you. They are comments regardless of or on their social media. Because I remember one posted my picture around with a green mark to say people they are still going to say all those things, but find a positive way of dealing with whatever that those people are going to say. No, you're not going to do that for only yourself, but you're going to do it for other people who are going to be looking up to you to say, Mara, if when you can do it, and also remember, not only doing it for them, you are also on a healing journey. For you to be an activist, you're stronger than others, but it mainly says you are also healing. Each and every step that you take each and every single day, you are healer from all those, setbacks, or the anxieties that you used to have. You are still healing. And you being able to advocate those to others, you are healing in the process. Just learn to be yourself. Uska break anything. Okay, right.
So in South Africa, do you know of any societies or movements on body positivity that one can join?
There's a lot of actually it's plus size groups that we have. There's I Am Heart Plus Size organization. They teach you of body positivity. They teach you of self-love. We have people who are dealing with depressions. There's a lot of people who are dealing with a lot of things. They can, mentally or they can support you through that. There's also Black Diamond. There's a lot of plus size groups and centers which but here in Limpopo I could recommend I Am Heart Plus Size organization. Those women are going to help you through all that. And we also have sessions where we teach young women, children, as well, rebuild up that confidence from Babona, because I believe if you start with it, there's a lot of groups I I normally post them on my Facebook page. So yeah.
That's wonderful because as women, as prudent women, as we listen, some of you, some of us may be having those children who are still young, who are struggling with accepting who they are. So there is support out there for you to
Yeah.
introduce it to them, because at times it may not be simple for you to help your own. Because I get it when mama because one rata, but then they are able to get affirmations even from outside people. And as she rightfully
Mama.
put it, say, when you start it when you are still young, you cannot go wrong at the later stage. And most of the time, we don't necessarily struggle with body shapes when we're older. You find that you started with it. And it's
Yeah.
mostly family. And I can imagine sometimes you may find that I'm a parent, I'm struggling with it. And when I have a child whom I pass that gene to, and now it may not be simple. So Sescam is saying to us this afternoon that there are organizations which are out there to help you to accept who you are. Thank you so much, Sescamo. You know, time is not on our side. We have had a wonderful time with you, talking to us about this very dear topic, which we tend to shy away from, and which we tend to say it's obvious, you know. Someone may say it's obvious. Why should someone say they are an activist in this area? It's obvious. That's who we are. But it's not obvious because as a nation, we are suffering a lot. They are saying we, in terms of depression, the numbers are growing on a daily basis. And unfortunately, technology is not making it simple. She said
Yeah.
we had a time where someone drew circles in her breast to say, look how big they are. Before technology era would not have been possible because your picture could not make rounds. It was printed on a paper. So if it has to make
Yeah.
rounds, it cannot make 100 people in one day. But today, I think it's everywhere. Millions and millions of people will know about it. So that tends to affect us in a negative element. But as prudent women, as we continue to say, let us seek for information so that we can be intentional about our decisions, so that we can know where to get help, especially for our loved ones, ourselves. It is not time where you just sit and say it is well, but you go out and look for information and make sure that you respond properly and appropriately when that need comes. And it may not be within your family, but you may have someone within society that you may want to help who is struggling. Because, you know, one thing about these things has come, it's very obvious. We tend to want to acknowledge it, but it's very obvious. You can see someone who does not have confidence as they walk. And lack of confidence, unfortunately, does not only affect your area of saying when you move in a place you don't want to be noticed. It can affect your career life. It
Yeah,
will
true.
affect your personal, your social. You know, it affects all areas of your life, because everything that we do, you need to be able to stand up and set yourself apart. So thank you very much. We cannot thank you enough. As you bid our listeners farewell, what would you like to leave the women with in this month of October, even as we draw close to the end of the year?
To all the beautiful ladies, ke re go go lena, remember, gore bophelo ba gago only comes once. Choose yourself in everything that you do. Ha re rataneng, let us love each other. Let's support each other. Let's stop having negative comments or always having something to say about other people, because what we say to them can really damage maphelo a bona. So from now on, let's be there for each other. Let's support each other. Are building a sisterhood or a safer place for each and every person. Let's build a place where we are able to confide in each other. Are building a place where we'll be able to trust each other to say, Mara, I am protected by Kamu, or whatever that I'm gonna say by Kamu or to Kamu can also be in a safer place. Are remain there for each other. Let us go out there. Re bontshe banna gore rena as women, we can still stand on ourselves. We can still support each other. We can still love each other without having to involve them.
Thank you very much, Seskamu. What a wonderful time we had with you, affirming us that you need to be positive about who you are. That's how the next person will receive you. And again, affirming us that you need to love the next person. It doesn't matter.
True.
We are not competition. God, when he created us, he did not say, I created RHULANI better than this one. He says he created us, all of us, in his own image. And the great thing, God did not give us the format of a human being. That is one thing that I love. He never said, I've never come across in the word of God saying the thin ones are my beloved. But he says, I create them in my own image. Thank you very much, Siskamu. I would like to believe that we've touched the life of that woman, that girl, even that man who was struggling with accepting themselves. And they've just been released to say, love yourself who you are. Siskamu now, she's a model, you know. Big as she is, she's a model. Because there's space for her. We need plus size models. Without her having the confidence to rise up, we will not be having such an area in our lives. We will be lacking those who can show forth the clothes for the plus size women. Thank you very much for being with us, and all of you who have been with us would like to say thank you. We trust that you had a wonderful time. Says Makoma saying, very true. She appreciates what we have been talking about. She appreciates what you have affirmed us on as women. And thank you very much for all of you who had been with us. We come to you, of course, every Sunday, 4 o'clock up until 5 o'clock. This is Prudent Woman. And Bold Moves Radio has got a wonderful lineup for you. Today at 5:30, we've got the Living Weight with our favorite pastor, Pastor Frida Matebula. Just go and grab that cup of that water and relax and hear and get ready to listen to the word of God with Pastor Frida Matebula. And on Tuesday, we've got the African Experience. Thank you very much. Have a blessed week before you. And we'd like to say thank you to our technical team, DJ Macy. Thank you very much. Our executive producer, Pastor Strike Mangani, would like to say thank you. Everyone have a blessed and a fruitful week. We shall meet you right here next week, 4 o'clock up until 5 o'clock. Have a blessed week.
Streaming 24/7. 24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana.